Harry Potter fanfiction has no business being this good. Hermione Granger and Draco Malfoy. Best pairing, can never be overhyped, never goes out of style. Most uh, diverse writers and diverse tropes and different storylines. You literally never get bored going through what this pairing has to offer. My number one OTP of Harry Potter fan fiction couple, and they make so much sense in every scenario. It's just like, oh, okay, I could see that. I could see how Draco could be pining for Hermione this whole time and actually expresses it in this fucked up way or holds it in. Uh, which is my favorite trope is a pining Draco Malfoy. It never fails, never fails. My favorite, absolute favorite, Dramione fan fiction is All the Wrong Things by Love Bit Cut 8. You should check it out. She actually has her own romance novels now with original characters that you can buy on Amazon and some other places. She was on the New York Times bestseller list. This fan fiction that she did got a million hits on AO3, which is how you know there's super good content on there because they followed her and made her a New York Times bestseller just by having read her works in the kind of fan fiction space. Number two, Pansy and Neville. See, you're seeing the vision, right? It works. You never would have thought of it, but now that you see it, it works, right? Okay, there's not enough writers for this OTP, and the reason why is because people aren't like putting the dots together. I certainly wouldn't have. I love the dynamic of Pansy being this like delicate flower ice queen, and Neville being this like strong, um, fun-loving, very comfortable within himself, very shy. Like it just really makes sense. They're the perfect opposites. My favorite trope is when Pansy is in denial of her feelings and Neville is quiet about them, but he's hopeful but shy. And it leads to like it's not even a miscommunication, it's like a no communication situation. You just have to read it. My favorite fan fiction of them is A Dress with Pockets by Pacific Rimbaud. Super beautiful writing. It's got like a poetry element to it. It's so good. It's really good. I feel like this could work. I don't really see fan fiction of it, is the thing. And that's Astoria Greengrass and Charlie Weasley. See how it kind of makes sense? Because Charlie Weasley is like very brutish, which is not what I like to read normally in terms of the guy main character. But it works because Astoria Greengrass is very uptight in a way and very um neurotic, and she kind of needs a little push. And I don't think everybody needs that. Honestly, I think most women don't need that. This is literally the archetype of a woman that does need that brutish type guy. And so it does work, and I like reading it from a voyeuristic perspective. It works. Um, and the only fan fiction that I even think is on AO3 of it is Part of the Deal by Tam Lane. It's really good. I wish there was a full length one. This is just like a one shot situation, which is unfortunate. I wish I could read a whole book about them. I like James Potter too. I don't know why. I don't like reading about Harry Potter, but for some reason, James Potter has this like douchiness, but like it's charismatic in a way. And I could read about him, and he kind of goes with anyone. If I read something with him and any female character, it makes sense. I just feel like he very much could go with any kind of woman. Do you know what I mean? only as side pairings, Blaze and Jenny. I actually think Jenny works best with Blaze out of anyone, especially like people try to put her with Harry. I don't know. It's not my favorite, but like I'm not hating on it. So the second's Ginny and Harry. Uh, Theo and Harry, which I actually think is the best pairing for Harry and the best pairing for Theo as well. Again, I wouldn't read them as the main characters, but as the side characters and like part of the plot, yeah, it makes sense. Pansy and Harry, I don't love it, but it does work. Uh, and it does add to a story when they're like part of the plot. Against humanity. I never want to see these pairings ever in any context. I don't care if they're side pairings. I don't care if they're, um, unless they're mentioned as happening previously. And even then, like, I get disgusted. Hermione and Ron, barf. I want to scream. I want to tear my eyes from the sockets. I hate this pairing. No. Hermione and Harry, it's disgusting. Brother and sister, incest. I don't like that. That's gross. They're literally like brother and sister. Ron slash anyone ever. I don't like him in any context. I don't think he's even like I don't think he has a sexual bone in his body. I don't think he has a romantic bone in his body. So I don't understand why somebody would write him into a romance fan fiction. Theo and Luna, I feel like she could really only work with a specific type of person, and I haven't seen her being paired with that person. Probably like an original character you would have to construct yourself. I don't see Theo working with anyone female anyway. He just seems very gay to me. Harry and Ron, same reason I hate Hermione and Harry, but like with a little less attitude because I don't really care who Harry ends up with. Like I'm not invested in him and I don't like feel the need to protect him like I do the character of Hermione. um Harry and Draco, like with every fiber of my being, like I want to burn 1,000 fires of these books. They disgust me. Why would you do that? Um and that brings me to Draco and anyone not Hermione. Why? Like they're perfect for each other. Why are we putting Hermione with anybody who's not Draco, and Draco with anybody who's not Hermione? And that's just that on that. Cool. Romance and even like I hate this word, but like smut has always been just something I've grown up with, and there's more to it than just like sometimes it makes you feel good in that way, because you have to be in the right headspace to even feel that way. So it could be it like stirs feelings in you. It's not as if the ultimate goal of smut is to like make you excited, if that makes sense. The ultimate goal of smut and romance, and most of the time they're mixed together, is to stir feelings within you and in a different way than a classic book would, if that makes sense. It's just a whole different art form and genre. And I just want to mention, I hate when people call it PORN because I don't understand that, because there's substance to these books that go beyond just the smutty qualities of them. And, sometimes it can be more erotic. And when I say erotic, I've come to know the difference to be erotic can sometimes just be flowery language that kind of insinuates things and doesn't explicitly say something. Whereas I think smut is more an explicit um, rendition of things, if that makes sense. You're not talking in code or in poetry. I mean, you could be. There's a mixture. Like I said, romance is an art form as a genre. I always loved it. I always will. I'll still read Anna Karenina. I'll still read, Much Ado About Nothing. Like, I'll read real books, but like, this is such a great genre. I'll always ride so hard for it. Anyway, give me recommendations for books. Like, what book could you send me? Like, what fan fiction could you send me that would change my mind about anything I said, or would just solidify my opinions anyway that I probably haven't read? What pairing is your favorite, and what pairing is your least favorite? What pairing were you surprised that works for you? I don't know, just write it all. I hope this finds like the right family of people